Welcome back to County Connection. County public health nurses work in many locations, from migrant shelters to the family home, sometimes helping vulnerable populations get off to a good start.
Hola, hola, buenos días.
So I work for HHSA, and I am a public health nurse in the maternal child health program. And I go out to homes and I'm making visits with pregnant women and then their children up until the child turns 18 months. I love my job. I've been doing it for almost 18 years and it's just so rewarding to see the kids grow right before your eyes.
¿Ya sabes decir banana? ¿Sí?
It's an honor to be a part of this special time in these families' lives. This is a really special event, having a new baby in the home.
¿Más seguro?
So when I go out to my monthly home visits, I'm actually assessing growth and development of their children as well. I'm weighing the baby, measuring them, and then also doing developmental assessments, showing the parents their graph and where their child is.
Está como arriba como siempre, ¿sí?
Just being out in the home, in their environment, really makes a difference. And I speak her language as well. I'm bilingual in Spanish. We can actually communicate.
Gracias.
It definitely gets them in the right direction. Being that extra support for them, being there to ask questions, is this right, is this okay? Giving them that reassurance, it really leads them to success.
Say bye. ¿No tickle you? Yeah. Bye. Nos vemos. Bye. Say bye.
Could you evacuate in 15 minutes or less? Take a look at how you and your family can prepare for a disaster.
Is your family prepared for a disaster? San Diego County is vulnerable to many types of disasters: wildfires, earthquakes, flooding, and tsunamis, just to name a few. While we cannot predict when the next disaster will occur, it is always a good time to be prepared for the future. Do you know what you and your family will do during the next emergency? One of the best ways you can be prepared is to develop a family disaster plan. This plan should include a drawing of your home's floor plan with the location of doors, windows, and any other possible escape routes, where fire extinguishers and utilities such as gas and water valves, including your main circuit breaker, are located and how and when to shut them off. A list of items in your emergency supply kit and where it's located in case you need to evacuate quickly. At least 2 identified meeting places, one outside of your home and one outside of your neighborhood in case you and your family get separated. Important phone numbers and emergency contacts, one in the area and one out of your area who you can call in an emergency. Make sure everyone memorizes these numbers too. It is also important to consider any unique needs in your household when developing your plan. Do you have young children? Do you care for older adults? Are there any family members in your home who have access and functional needs, who may need specific medical devices and equipment? Do you have pets, service animals, or livestock? And lastly, don't just talk about it. Put your plan into action. During an emergency, you may not have much time to evacuate. Make sure you practice your plan with all of your family, pets too, at least twice a year so that everyone is familiar with it. To get started on your own family disaster plan, visit readysandiego.org.
What do you get when you combine grandparents raising grandchildren and a fun night of camping? Glamping!
There you go.
Awesome.
This is our first ever kinship family camp out, what we've dubbed glamping. And it's a chance for kinship families to get together, have fun, meet each other. Kinship families have a tough load. They are families who are raising relative children. It could be grandparents raising their grandchildren, aunts and uncles raising nieces and nephews. We want to give them a chance to have fun with each other.
Welcome to our first glamping experience. Woo! County Parks was able to waive the fees for the youth area in a couple different campsites, as well as we have the camping gear. So if you've never gone camping or don't have the budget to go camping right now, we are going to be able to provide everything for you.
If I could jump up and kick my feet, I would, but I can't.
But let's put this on top.
I was given an opportunity to watch over my grandson at 5.5 months old without realizing that I would have to inherit him. We've learned and we're still learning together. And these grandparent meetings help us to do that.
One of the things we hear is that sometimes these families may feel kind of alone in what they're experiencing, and they're not. We estimate there may be as many as 24,000 or more grandparents in San Diego County that are raising their grandchildren. So we want them to know that there are resources there and that there are other families that are going through this so they can support each other, both formally and informally, and just really give them a fun chance to strengthen those family bonds.
It's a wonderful opportunity because being by myself with him for quite a few years, I had no idea that these programs were available to grandparents like me. I, one time, was just kind of like flabbergasted with everything that was like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I need help here, but where do I get it from? You know, because I'm starting all over again. It'll help not only you as a person, but your grandchildren or the children that you're caring for. So do it.
Ever wonder how air measurement is done at a street level? We'll show you.
I am Philomena, and I've lived here my whole entire life. Just immediately, just in my neighborhood, pretty much everyone of my age group has asthma. It wasn't until later that I realized how it affected my parents. My father passed away of lung cancer.
The reason we picked the Portside community first, it has the highest burden of air pollution. It has the highest level of socioeconomic and health burden on those residents. Mobile monitoring platform where we have a third-party contractor driving 2 Prius vehicles around the community measuring pollution. There are sensors inside a enclosure. They're measuring carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, fine particulate matter, ozone. These are the compounds that are impacting residents living in the Portside community.
Our family home is still here. We know there's a problem, and it's a breath of fresh air that finally we have a program like this that's taking action to find out. You know, you find your safe place. You know, my parents always made our home feel safe, and our home is in Barrio Logan.
Looking for a challenging hike? Look no further than the Mount Gower Ridge Trail located at the Mount Gower County Preserve in Ramona.
Currently, we are on the Ridge Trail for Mount Gower, and we're about 5 miles in on the trail. My name is Dave Moniz. I'm the supervising park ranger for the Ramona Preserves, and today we're out here at Mount Gower Preserve in Ramona. It's not an easy trail. It's not a moderate trail. It's difficult and strenuous, but it's one of those trails that will challenge you. It's hard to really give it an exact gain because the trail itself goes up and down multiple times. Much of the trail is fully exposed to the sun, so lots of water. Once you start to summit on the Ridge Trail here, you start to get these granite formations, these big rock outcroppings and these unique features. People see certain faces in the rock, certain sculptures or shapes, and that's like one of the big draws for coming to Mount Gower is the big rock formations. Currently, we're here on the Ridge Trail at a great overlook, which is at about 2,600 feet. The summit, which is off trail, it goes into the Cleveland National Forest, but the summit of Mount Gower is actually around 3,100 feet. Our trails here at Mount Gower are open to hikers, bikers, and equestrians, and we look forward to having you out here. What we do ask is that you stay on trails at all times. And that really is to protect you from plants and animals that can bite and sting. It's also for protecting the environment and balancing both public access and habitat protection.
To see more stories like these, follow us on social media or visit countynewscenter.com.